Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. On this episode what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at the damage that was caused by our recent trip to SA and our microwave issue. So what we're going to be doing, we've pulled the microwave out and that's been dumped. We're now looking to put a new microwave into the van and repair the cabinetry and make it so that the same thing doesn't happen again. So stick with us and roll intro. Okay guys, for those of you that are unaware or haven't seen the previous videos, go back and watch our South Australia episodes to see what happened. But basically I'll talk you through what happened and what we're planning on doing to resolve the issue. Okay, so we tackled part of the Gawler Ranges Road. And the Gawler Ranges Road at the time was pretty corrugated. And what's happened is our microwave launched itself out of here. It's actually broken the cabinetry as well, so I've got to repair this, strengthen it to make it a lot stronger than what it currently is, because currently it's very weak. Also, the previous microwave overheated and actually when it launched itself it was dead anyway. So I don't think there's enough ventilation in this cabinet. There is a vent at the back here, but I don't think that provides enough ventilation. So what I'm going to be looking at is to install a couple of computer fans in here to draw the heat away from this cabinetry. So that's my plans. The microwave that we've picked to go in there, basically governed by the size of the actual box, is this one here. Now this is a Panasonic. It's I believe it's a 20. Let me get this right. Is it a 27 litre? So the microwave we're replacing it with is this one here, which is an NN-CD58JS. It's a convection grill and microwave. 27 litres. Got 300 so it's got a 340mm turntable. Comes with like an enamel dish and this tray. And this is it here. And its dimensions are such that it will fit in here with a small amount of clearance all the way around. Now this microwave was never intended to be a built-in microwave. It does say in the instructions it's not intended to be built in. It's supposed to be freestanding. As you can see, there's ventilation at the sides. There's a bit at the back here. Let's spin it round. Bit of ventilation at the back here. It has got like a thing across the back. It's got ventilation on this side. Yeah, got a very small amount of ventilation on this side as well. So the door is a locking door, so it doesn't ping open. You have to physically push the button to make it open. So this shouldn't open by itself. Shouldn't be capable of opening by itself, which is good. So what we've got to do to start with, I need to measure to see how big this area is and take this vent off. And I'm hoping, let's just have a look. Maybe I should take the vent off first. Just get the vent cover off so that we can see what the hole is. Because I don't really want the the fans protruding too much into the box. I'd rather that they sat recessed, if you like. And the reason for that is I don't have the clearance. It means pushing the microwave further out if they're protruding. And some of these fans are about 1 inch in thickness. And I don't know if I've got 1 inch to play with. It's going to be tight, but it needs it because the previous microwave, basically what happened was Tiny was doing some jacket potatoes in it. It was a hot day. Microwave just packed it in. Came into the van, microwave had turned off. smelt very electrical. And is this glued? Right. Okay, so that's more like it. So that shows me that I've got a good inch there. So I should be able to put the fans in just behind this cover. So let's see what the recess is. So they, it's not really big enough, is it? I was going to say they do a 120. I could open that vent up a bit and make it 120. Is it 240 in width? No, I'd have to go a lot bigger. So what about, I'm pretty sure you can get them 90. 180. Yeah, so I might be able to do, it as a couple of 90mm fans in there. And I'll just have to put some angling in there to support to screw the fans into. So a couple of 90s would probably do it. And an inch thick is fine. Then I've just got to find the power, which I think may well run. I'm assuming this is on the face of this. Okay, so after a little bit of pulling apart and having a look and trying to trace the wiring, I've obviously found the wiring here for the extractor. All very well hidden on this fan, and I can't actually access it. The nearest one I can access is here, which is for this little LED light here. So what I could do, I could tap into this positive and negative. I could put a switch in the bottom, straight out the bottom here, to turn on and off the extractor fan, and just poke the wiring straight through the side here. You'd never see it behind the microwave, and that's probably going to be the neatest way of doing it, because if I take it from here, I was thinking of tapping into the actual extractor hood and having it on the same circuit, but it does mean running the cabling, well, I mean, just across the back here. So you would see it across the back, whereas if I do it this way, you wouldn't see it at all. So I think at this stage, I think I need to repair this, get this all mounted back up and solid. I need to mount the fans, which are going to go in here, and then I need to come back to it and have a look and see where I'm going to plumb them in. Okay, so after much stripping and pulling apart of parts of the van, I'm going to go with these two wires here, which are the ones that power this little LED underneath. And the reason I'm going to do that is it just saves me routing cabling through that's going to be visible. This will pretty much be not visible at all. I am going to put a little switch down under the microwave to control the fan. So that'll probably be at the front edge here. But I haven't 100% decided on that yet. Exactly where I'm going to put it, but it's going to be maybe, I don't know, maybe further back. I don't know at this stage. Still sussing it out. But yeah, I will put a switch in there. That'll be an illuminated switch so you can see when it's on. Yeah, as far as the fans go across the back, now I was going to cut this out, but I don't think I need to. I've got two 120mm fans which will fit in something like that, and as you can see, two of them will actually fit in there quite nicely. So what I figure is I'm going to put two strips of alloy. So I'll just show you what I've bought. So I bought this aluminium bar, and it's flat bar. So what I'll do is I'll cut two 240mm pieces off of this. We'll screw the fans to those and we'll screw those to the wall of the caravan, and that should do the job really. Yeah, I think that's all it's going to need. I might need to get some draft insulation and put it around, but we'll see. If it flows plenty of air, then I'm not going to worry about that, because you know, a couple of mil off of the actual off of the wall, I don't think will make much difference, but we'll see. Okay, so I've repaired the cabinet as best I can. Now I've got some hardwood, so this is a bit of oak, a bit of Tassie oak. So I've got a bit of hardwood, screwed it in there. I've glued it as well. I've kind of put the piece that broke back in the corner and stuck a bit of glue on top of it. Might put a little bit more on top of that in a sec, but it is quite strong, and it's a lot stronger than it was. Underneath, it's all, as you can see, it's all screwed underneath as well. So I've put little caps on it to hide the fact that I've screwed it from underneath. So I think, all in all, that's going to be strong enough. I don't think I need to go any further. I've got to be careful with these areas. These areas have been put in to hide the wiring, and the wiring for that would be for this socket. So that would be 240 volts under there. So I'm not going to screw into that at all. Same thing with this, as you can see, the way it goes through into there. And then what they do, I'll just get this piece and I'll show you. So this piece here goes on the side here like so, and what they do, you see, they route out an area for your wiring to sit. It's very clever, but yeah, got to be careful when you're screwing holes into a caravan, because you don't know what's behind it. That's just very thin behind there. So yeah, that's basically where that lives there. Pulled that out of the way to access this. And what I will do is I'll just punch through another hole. It'll be slightly higher up, just to come out at the top here, to go to these, and obviously split up to go to the switch as well. But I think I'll have the switch underneath. So I'll have the switch underneath. I've just got to work out whether I'm going to have it to the back or whether I'm going to run the cable to the front. But we'll see how we go. To the back seems like a logical place for it. I don't really see the point of having it at the front. And the wiring will all be at the back, so it'll all be a lot neater. All right, so next stage. I've mounted the two fans. So the fans are mounted on just a straight piece of alloy bar. And then what I've done is I've screwed the alloy bar to the inside wall. There is a very tiny little air gap at the sides, and to be honest, the cutout is not perfect. But it's going to give airflow. And to be honest, I don't really want to trim out the caravan unless I absolutely have to. I'm pretty sure this is going to be fine. I actually went for the biggest fans I could fit in here. I could have gone for an 80 or a 90, but I went for the 120s. So these 120s are going to push a lot more air than the ones I was going to go with. I've also put a couple of neat covers on them, just so that, you know, anything moves around, it's not going to hit the fans. It's not going to actually jam the fans up. Wiring is just here, which I'm obviously going to have to sort out and pin across here, like so, nice and neat. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put the microwave in here and see how far back it goes, see how much room they've got in there. Okay, so the microwave fits in the gap quite nicely. Plenty of space around it. Now, obviously I've got to work out a way of mounting this in here so it can't launch itself out. Now, it does have feet on it, and I'm going to utilise those feet to stop it from coming out forwards. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to put some spacers down the side, but way down inside, just to make it a nice snug fit so that it can't go left to right. I'm going to put a spacer at the back so you push it back and the rear feet hit the spacer at the back, and not the back of the unit, because I want that clear to get a bit of airflow. And I want this, to be honest, I want this right forward. This little piece of strip in here I'm going to screw inside, and what I want is, I want the microwave, I've marked up where I've got to cut it, so that will go to there, and I want the microwave as far forward as it can go. And then what I'll do is I'll measure the gap between the back and the front feet, and I'll put another strip of this at the back, and that will basically mean that the microwave is wedged there, And then what I will do once it's all finished, and this is the trick, this is going to be the trick, I don't know whether I might even be able to put a piece of this across the front to trap it down. Maybe. It's a little bit too big, but I might be able to get away with it. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see how we go, because there is that piece of ply that was put in by, it was actually put in by Franklin, and it's been stapled and glued, so I can't get it out without the risk of damaging the cabinet. So maybe the answer might be to use a piece of this, just to trim it off. So yeah, we might go with that. So we'll have a bit at the bottom and a bit at the top. That should really stop it from moving. It won't be able to lift, so it won't be able to come out. And I'm hoping that this piece at the bottom, I'll be able to put 2 screws in, one here with the door open. So I'm hoping when I open the door, yep. So when I open the door, it's going to give me access, and that's right, there's 2 holes there from how it was previously mounted in. So we'll probably utilise those 2 holes and screw it in the same way. There we go. Well, the caravan looks like an absolute bomb's gone off. It's been a long day. But basically this is where we're at. So I've put the switch in just under here. Fans work. Wiring's done, it's all neat and put back in. The microwave should slide down the side of this without any issues. A little telltale light on the switch to tell you it's been left on. Yeah, I've checked it is blowing outwards, which it is. And the way I do that, just so you know, I mean, obviously if you connect it the right way and you put the fans in with the writing, the writing on the fan goes to the outside. But the easy way to check if they're blowing the right way is like that. So they are blowing the right way. I've put the little bit of bulkhead trim across the top. Just tidies that up a little. Now we're going to just slide the microwave in. Okay. So I've got to do another trip out to Bunnings tomorrow. Top's pretty good, but I've got to set the microwave slightly further forward. About there. And centre it. Still got to be done. That's pretty central, and then once that's done, I can put the trim across the front here, which I might go for double the size that I went for at the top, just to stop it up there properly. And then I'm going to have to do something at the back so that I can't push the microwave too far back, and I want to put something in to protect the switch that I've put in here, which is as far across as I could get it. But I'm not 100% happy with it. I'm a little bit concerned with the fact the microwave is actually touching that wiring. I'm going to pull that out and see if I can bend it slightly. Alright, so what I've done, and I'll just show you. Okay, so I've just bent over the terminals onto that switch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just fill that well that the switch is in with some hot glue tomorrow, just to hold it in and also prevent any shorting to those terminals, to those switch terminals. I don't think it will. It's away from it now, as long as the microwave doesn't move around and clout it too much. And that's my job tomorrow, to try and ensure that doesn't happen. I've put the trim across the top. I've just got to do a bit of trim across the bottom, one further back, to stop the microwave going back, and then work something out at the sides here to stop it moving sideways. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there, because I don't want to cut out too much airflow. But anyway, we'll have a look and see if I can get it so I'm happy with it. Maybe some right angle brackets here on the feet. I don't know. I'm gonna have to work something out. Definitely got to work something out. So anyway, I'll let you know tomorrow what I've done. Okay, it's another day. So what I've done, I've come out this morning. I've put some little cable tidies to the side. I've cleaned them up with, I've cleaned up the cabinet with isopropyl alcohol, and I've just stuck some cable zip tie tidies there, and I've just zip tied the cable along the side of the cabinet there out of the way. This is all nice and neat, and it's not likely to get caught on anything anyway, albeit that one probably wants to pull in a bit. There we go. But she's all good. I've gone down here and I've just put a load of silicone around that. Two reasons. One is I want no chance of these connectors coming off, and the second thing is I don't want, on corrugations, I don't want the switch falling out. And although it's in there reasonably, silicone's just going to make sure of that. The other thing is, I don't want, when I put the microwave in, I'm going to try and pack it so that it can't move left and right, and I don't want the microwave hitting that and potentially shorting it out, but I don't think that's likely because it's not going to move. So I've put the cabinetry all back together and refilled it with all the crap that was in there. I've put the cover around the window back on. Good idea to remove these covers, there's a lot of dead bugs down there. Just saying. So next stage will be, once that silicone's set off, to work out on the microwave where the back rail needs to go to stop it pushing back too far, and then work out where the front rail is going to go. Well, I know where the front rail is going to go, but the microwave has got to come forward to meet it. So the microwave will have to be as far forward as the front rail will allow. Basically, it's the front rail that's governing where the microwave's going. I've been and got some thicker rail as well. So this is the rail that I'm getting, which is 20 by 20, and obviously that will sit somewhere across like that in the cabinet, and the same at the back, and then there won't be enough height to lift the microwave out without removing this rail. And then what I'll do is I'll put packers down the side and on the top. And to do that, I've just bought some of this thin wood and a slightly thicker piece, this one as well. So this is this one's 9mm I believe, or 8mm, and this one is 4mm. So and if I need to, I've got a plane, I can plane that down a bit. So what I'll do is these will just go in as a strip at the top, probably two, one each side and two at the sides. Need to make sure that these vents are kept clear, and I don't want to go too far back. It'll just be enough down the side, that's all. So yeah, that's our next stage, and then once we're done with that, plug it in and she'll be good to go. I did put this piece of trim along the edge of there to hide this piece of plywood, and the reason I did that, I did try and get this plywood off. I was going to take it out, but it's been stapled and also glued, so it's not coming out. So that can stay in there. You won't be able to see any of this woodwork once I'm finished with it anyway. Fingers crossed. Alright then, moving on from where we were. So what we know, and this is the art to this, what we know is that the microwave needs to come as far forward as we can get it. Now it's going to be stopped from falling out the cabinet by a piece of angle. So what I've got is I've got this white piece of alloy angle, and I've secured it to the very front of the cabinet with 3 white button headed screws. So that's in there good and tight. That will stop the microwave coming out. It can't jump over it because there's not enough clearance above. So what we need now is something to stop the microwave sliding back and hitting the fans, which they barely would anyway because they're only just proud, but we want the airflow to remain constant at the back of the microwave. So what I've done, easiest way to show you, what I did was I got a couple of bits of angle and I laid them across like so. Okay, so I've got a couple of bits of angle and I laid them as far as they'll go, so they've got the microwave trapped, if you like. And then I measured this distance here between this one here and this one here, and what I got was 280 mil. So I wrote it here, 280. And then what I've done is I've put this piece in first, which is level with the front of the cabinet. And then I've measured 290 mil back, and I've drawn a line. I've then centered it on the cabinet, and this one doesn't need to be the full width, so I've just taken an off cut, which happened to be what was left of this cut for here. And this will be for the back feet of the microwave. So obviously to get the microwave in, I'm going to have to take this front one off. The back one will stay there, and then just slide it in and then refit this front one, which shouldn't be too much of an issue to refit, I'm hoping. I say that. Let's keep our fingers crossed. But yeah, it shouldn't be too much of an issue to refit it. Yeah, so that's where we are at this stage. So the next thing is, providing this is touch dry, and it's not quite, it's almost there, I'm going to put the microwave in, and I'm going to see that I can definitely locate this and screw it back down, because the only thing is, if the microwave obscures these screws, it's going to be difficult. I think with the door open will be alright, but this one might be a problem. So let's keep our fingers crossed it isn't, but I might have to move that screw hole further across, which means a new piece of bar. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Let's get that done. Okay, so quick update on the final installment, really, which is, it's all in there. Now, I'm just going to try filming this. You can see what I've done is I've doubled up the right angle to give it a nice trim-like appearance and hide the fact that this inner one is locking the feet for the microwave. I also put in this side, just behind here, so I also put in this side, just behind here, I put a block of wood about this width and screwed it to the side of the cabinet to push the microwave hard to the right. Now it can't come too far to the right because, again, I've put a piece of beading in there, roughly half the size of this one, on this side, just to push against the microwave. So the microwave is actually in there good, and it can't move. It can't go anywhere. So the next thing would be, we need to test it. What are you doing? I've caught you red-handed.
Jelly shots.
What the hell? My wife's an alcoholic. So, we got some. How many are you going to have?
Maybe all of them, they need eating.
All right, they need eating. They're calling to you, are they? So we've got a couple of potatoes. I'm going to read the...
If I drink this many, I might end up liking them.
Oh, you might do. We're going to read the instructions to find out how to cook jacket potatoes, and hopefully we have a better outcome this time than we did last time, where we blew the microwave up. All right, so we found jacket potatoes. It says 225 grams, yeah, whatever. 2 of them. And it says here, wash and prick skins, which Tanya's done several times. Place directly on glass tray if cooked by microwave. If cooked by combination, place directly on enamel tray on glass tray. Enamel tray on glass tray. Allowed to stand for 5 minutes or use auto-program jacket potatoes. One jacket potato. 2 jacket potatoes. 2 jacket potatoes. Turn on the fan. The extractor is working. Close. Auto cook, would it be? Reheat. Curry, no. Reheat. Casserole. Fresh vegetables. Fresh fish. Porridge. There's got to be a quicker way of finding out what the auto thing is. Keep going. Or could it be auto roast? Stop. Auto roast. Ah, jacket potatoes. Set weight. 20 jacket potatoes, set weight. What for the?
Do 400 grams plus 6.
You reckon I'll go 350? They're not that big. Press start. Okay, it's starting. Right, now, next stage. I want to see how hot it gets. Okay, let's have a look. Outside there's a vent. I want to see what it looks like, whether it's blowing heat out. So there's the vent. Oh yeah, look. Yes. I can definitely feel it blowing out. But it's not excessive, it's, I don't know, blowing out about 15 degrees there. Getting hot? It's on microwave at the moment though, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so.
Oh no, you did it.
Oh. Don't know what it's doing. Let's have a look at the cupboard at the back, at the top. It's not even hot. Nothing at all. No heat there whatsoever. I think that might be, yeah, where's the wiggly one? Micro. Yeah, it's on microwave at the moment. Microwave and fan. Huh? I've chosen auto cook. Oh. What is that, eh? No, didn't I quote auto roast? I did. Well, that's not microwave. That's both. It's on convection and microwave. It's got the convection signs up and the microwave, so it's doing both. Yeah, because look, you see the grill at the top? Glowing? Yeah. So the grill's on, so that means it should be right at the back here. No heat coming through there at all. And it smells like they're cooking because I can smell jacket potatoes. We'll come back to it. If anything goes bang and lots of sparks or flames, I'll film it. Okay, so the microwave's been going for a bit on convection, and we're just having a look, and we're getting about 40 degrees just down in this corner. About 25 degrees there. Huh?
Down here is hot from the steam coming out the microwave.
Yeah.
To touch anyway, I can feel moisture.
Yeah, so it's about 32 degrees there. 35 degrees. So bit of steaming up going on the glass, just a little, and it's just in this window up here. But at the top, about 30 degrees up there. Going to go back outside and check out there again. Okay, so yeah, so we've got about 40 degrees blowing out of those vents. So it's definitely working. It's definitely throwing some heat out. Yeah. So round about 40 degrees. At the top will be the hottest. We've got 38, 39 degrees there. So, okay, so the vent is definitely working. Oh, it's exciting stuff. And I'm just going to check the cabinetry now. Well, this one won't be getting hot because it's double layered, and it's also got a big gap there. Up here, no heat. Just check right at the back, no heat. There is a cable outlet here, no heat there either. So it's looking pretty damn good. What do you think?
Awesome. Where's my dinner?
Just wait your turn. So the microwave's showing up about 3 minutes left on these potatoes. Potatoes. So screen is cleared. I don't know if, because I didn't weigh them, so I don't know if they'll be cooked, to be honest. But at least they won't be burnt, darling. Yeah. Huh? What do you mean by that? But yeah, quite happy with it. It seems to be working. I was a little bit concerned that it would be a problem putting it in a cabinet, but it doesn't seem to be at this stage, and there is a bit of warmth there, but it's not excessively hot. So there you go, all you CX22 owners out there. If you end up with the same problem as us where the microwave drops dead, this microwave fits, and with very little extra work. A little bit to do with the extractors, which is easy enough to do, but just makes it a little bit more usable, because you've got not only a microwave, a grill and a convection oven as well. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the footage we're putting out, please give us a thumbs up. Hopefully this has been of some use to you, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next one. See you later.